Well, yep, haven't been on the road, have we? It's that time of year, isn't it? There's so much to do out in the garden, which of course is one of my other hobbies, keeping the koi. But I thought I'd just do a little video. One or two keep asking me about baseboards and which best way to do them, so I'm going to try and do a little demonstration. It's mainly for real beginners, of course. I haven't done it before, but I'll just show him what my opinions are. I'll run a couple of trains round and I can get back to my gardening. It gets very warm up here this time of year, as you know, in lofts, and we do get tracks tending to expand a bit and can cause problems. Wood, timber, I'm going to cover these subjects anyway, but that tends to expand and contract, etc. I think when wood dries out. I can just show you a bit on the wall here now where I can see my woods. It's actually dried out, and I think it expands, doesn't it, wood, when it gets dry, really dry. And then winter time, of course, when it gets damp in it, it expands. No, it expands and then it contracts when it's dry, doesn't it? Yeah. I'll just show you a bit here. See how that back seam has split there, and that's the cause of it. Difference between winter and summer. I know with my boards outside, they tend to sort of shrink when it gets summertime. Shrink. Actually, it's absolute fractions, but it causes damage. And then of course when it's winter time, damp and whatever, it all expands. So it's things you have to consider. I have windows in my loft, and of course I should have done more ventilation, but of course you go away for 2 or 3 days, it's all shut up and what have you. And if you're getting a really hot day, it can get very warm up here. Right, we'll carry on anyway. Train round without sound on, just to that's just so as you can hear the clickety click, which is part of what I'm going to say now when track laying. Yeah, when you're doing your board, your layout board, obviously you make a framework up with the 2x2s I use anyway. So that's your framework for your layout, and then this is a sheet of MDF. I find it's probably as good as anything. Sterling board is good. I think that's, by the way, I think that's 9mm MDF. But it makes it ideal. It doesn't warp so much. I've used hardboard, and I've slipped up a few times. I think interior hardboard can warp due to, if you get different conditions, of course. Exterior hardboard is probably alright. I have used some of that, but I found MDF is probably as good as any, and of course a sterling board. There is some sterling board here actually. That's sterling board down there. That doesn't. You can always tell it's sterling board. It's sort of like patterned. But anyway, getting back to this. That's what I use, and I use copy decks for putting my track down. The type of glue, it's carpet glue, actual fact. I did always used to use the pins, and I was going to show you the nail punch. I've put it down somewhere and I cannot find it. I suppose we all do the same, put stuff down and can't find it. But what I'm going to say, we used to use the track pins. Of course you've got to drill a hole in the sleeper and then put a track pin through, and of course you'd have to drill the MDF first to make a hole to punch it in. And the puncher is just a simple tool. Instead of having a hammer and whatever, you just bang it down, but I don't know, it's disappeared. Anyway, I don't use that anymore. I use a copy decks. I'll just show you now how easy it is. Just put copy decks on underneath of your track or on the board. Place it down there, and within half an hour, Be perfectly dry with that. I'm going to just join the track up because also I want to show you what I do to you clickety click. Of course, you're leaving a little space when you're joining up. And the best way to do that, a bit of cardboard, stick it in between, and then when you get that bit of expansion, you've got that little bit of room there. And that's it. And I'll leave that for an hour. I'll come back in an hour and I'll just show you that there's no sign of that MDF, that glue on there at all, and it makes a good job. I hope that just answers a few. Of course, what you do then, I mean, you can ballast and everything, but you want some droppers, which of course is your wires attached to your rails going underneath, which then are attached to your buzz line. But I've shown that in past videos, but really I just wanted to answer a few questions on this. What do I do for line track? What do I use as my baseboard? Right, I'll come back to that in after an hour. And as you can see, it's dried out nicely. I'll take that card out. I've got that little gap there, and it's solid. You can pick it up by the track, you see. And then when you say in 12 months' time you want to alter your track or whenever, you want a long sharp knife actually, but you can actually get a long sharp knife under there and slide it along, and then you can lift it again. And of course from that then, I'm not going to show ballasting because we've done it many times, but you just do your ballasting and what have you. And of course where the gap is, where the joint is there, you get a piece of sleeper. There's two pieces there. Trim the shoes off and the edges. Put a bit of Copydex on there. I haven't trimmed it off properly. And you just slide it under, and that's it. And there you've got your track ready for ballasting. Of course, that little plastic tool that we have for ballasting, you get these on eBay, you can buy them at most model shops now. And that's all ready for adding your PVA, and you continue from there. You can do your grassing and everything, but I only wanted to do this as a demonstration to what I use for baseboards. Right, I found a nail punch. As I say, you put the nail there and then you just punch down hard, and that would have taken it in if it had been. Of course, you've got to drill the wood first, but if you've got a soft I'm trying to think of the name of it. We used to use some boarding, I can't remember the word, Sundella boarding we used to use. I used to use that right at the beginning, but it's a bit expensive. And of course you can just punch the nail straight into that, and it's about 3 times the price of normal boarding. But that's the one I was looking for. It's a handy little tool actually if you can punch in. Saves getting the hammer out and banging in all the time. Little 14X coming in. And of of course what these did, they came back the other way with a signal from the coachman. Sorry about missing out, showing putting the cork underlay on first, but it's same principle. Just put your copy decks onto your cork. Now you can buy cork in strips, or you can buy it by the roll and cut your own. I mean, it doesn't matter for cutting it straight or anything like that, because you're going to cover it with ballast. And as I say, that's not stuck down properly yet, obviously, but same principle. And then what you do as well, when you put that down like that, use anything, just put some weight on it for about 1/4 of an hour and you'll be alright. But that of course keeps the sound down. You get a lot of vibrating sound and it keeps the sound down and it helps to run smoother anyway. But that's the way I do it, and I say I'm sorry I missed out showing it. In fact that ballast is stuck down there. All you do is ballast straight on top of that now. Right, okay then. I'll go and show you my other. These are what my boys and girls, which I like keep looking after, of course. I'll just show you me feeding them some mussels. Enjoy them. The rest of the UK is supposed to be bathing in hot sunshine. As you can see, we haven't got any here, and it's just 15 degrees. Yeah, well.